Let's go to the next one.
I can't invest right now. I'm building a relationship with DoorDash.
Okay, there's nothing there to say, not much to say there, other than the fact that a lot of people will say they don't have enough money to invest, which is a lie straight from the depths of hell. Because if we had no money to invest, we wouldn't have enough money for DoorDash or fried chicken or going to the club or buying bottles of liquor or buying new sneakers or buying iPhones every year. All the things that we spend money on, we wouldn't be able to afford those either. What it is it's about priorities. That's all it is. It's really priorities. Even if a person has a low income, if they really prioritize investing, like, oh my God, you must do this, they're gonna do it. They get it done. The problem is that you were never raised in a culture where investing was prioritized. But looking fly, like wearing like fresh clothes or whatever, becomes a priority. And I know women who who would never like not get their hair done. Like that is an absolute mandatory budget item. And I'm not judging it. I'm just saying that culture matters, priorities matter. I know a woman, Estia Brown, who did something I have rarely seen, where she said that she just told herself for a year, I'm not gonna go get my hair done. I'm gonna do it myself, and I'm gonna take all that extra money and I'm gonna put it toward buying a property. And she bought her first property in Brooklyn, of all places, which was very expensive. And now she's a landlord. She has several properties, and people never believe she's the landlord because they always think the landlord's a white guy.
I'm broke, but at least my outfit costs more than my future.
Okay, that goes back to the other one, looking fly, looking good as opposed to actually being good. I think there's a whole lot of psychology theory regarding the need to look a certain way, because a lot of times oppressed people feel that if you look a certain way, if you look rich, then people will treat you better, right? So this whole idea of us being obsessed with what others think about us is really, really financially costly because then you spend money to purchase your self-esteem. That episode of A Different World, anybody remember that when Whitley went into the store and got offended because the white lady assumed that she couldn't afford the jewelry? So to prove the lady wrong, Whitley went in the store and just bought everything up. But then at the end, Sister Soldier gave her a lecture about it, and she decided to. I think it was Sister Soldier. Maybe I'm mixing it up. But she went back and gave it all back and said, I just want you to know how much money I would have spent here, but now you're not getting any of my money. And this really was important. This was an important episode because we spent the whole 60s, getting our heads bashed in for just for the opportunity to go give white people our money. And that's just not healthy. That's not smart. And somebody said, okay, Akila says it was Freddie. Well, there was one where Sister Soldier was in it, but I don't remember. She did good. She gave a good little soliloquy. So there's more there. There's more to it, and you can watch it. It's on my Instagram. My Instagram is Dr. Boyce Finance, and I'll just finish it up real quick so we can, and then because I thought the last one was kind of funny. So let me keep going. Here we go.
I'm not broke. I'm just prioritizing my lashes over my legacy.
I don't invest for my kids because my car needs emotional support.
Why would I budget when I have all these credit cards?
Why do I need an emergency fund when I can just go pray about it?
Right. So that idea of sort of praying about your problems or letting your problems happen and then sort of thinking like, oh, well, God's just gonna fix it somehow magically, that to some extent is an artifact of trauma which came from oppression. Not to say that prayer is not important, but there's a lot of times you may notice there's a lot of either talking about doing something or just sort of praying about it and then not having any action. And we all know that prayer without works is dead. And so basically, this sort of idea of saying, I'm not gonna take the time or have the discipline to prepare for bad things that are gonna happen.